Hi, I'm Diva from Musical Hell, and I know the score. It's a brand new year, and we all know what that means. Time for the seemingly endless parade of film industry awards. Golden Globes, Screen Actors Guild, Writers Guild, Razzies, and of course, the Oscars. So before I do my annual pre-Oscar review, I'd like to warm up by taking a look back at my top 5 winners of the Academy Award for Best Original Song. For this list, I looked at songs that I not only enjoy, but which I think best embody and contribute to the overall experience of the film. They can be pieces which are performed in a particularly memorable scene, help establish the mood and style, or give a voice to the movie's overall theme and message. For this reason, I excluded certain classics like White Christmas because they're better known as general standards than for the movies they were originally performed in. Also, the list kind of skews more towards recent works, which has more to do with my personal preferences than anything else. So grab some popcorn and cue up the orchestra, and let's begin. Number 5. J-Ho from Slumdog Millionaire. Perhaps a bit of an odd choice, but I really enjoyed the way this song capped off Slumdog Millionaire's feel-good story with an upbeat Bollywood-style finale. The title, which loosely translates to May You Be Victorious, is cheered out in an effective hook, and the fast, percussive verses are instantly catchy even if you don't speak an ounce of Hindi. There's a little Bhangra, a little EDM, a little Latin, but it all comes together in a joyful fusion that makes you want to dance along with the rest of the cast. Number 4. Chim Cher-ee from Mary Poppins. The Sherman Brothers score is the single best aspect of Mary Poppins, and while this isn't my favorite song in the film, that would be the exquisite Feed the Birds, it is the one that took home the Academy Award, so on the list it goes. I like the contrast between the minor key waltz music and the cheerful lyrics. It's like the song recognizes that it's singing the praises of a rather dirty and low-paying job, although, mercifully, one that was no longer being performed by children at that time. Yeah, just try telling these kids that they're lucky. I also think it hints at the bittersweet nature of the story. Mary Poppins and her magical adventures are wonderful, but they're not something that can or should last forever for these children. They have a real life with their family waiting ahead of them, and they can't stay in the care of their supernatural nanny forever. But at least she makes the journey a memorable and musical one.
Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them what sings Chim Chim Cher-ee, Chim Cher-oo. Chim Chimney, Chim Chim, Cher-ee, Chim Cher-oo.
Number 3. Into the West from Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. And speaking of bittersweet endings, the closing credits song for the final Lord of the Rings film makes for a fitting conclusion to a fantasy trilogy unequaled in the scope, grandeur, and beauty of its storytelling, and for the equally grand and beautiful Howard Shore music throughout it. Seriously, if you haven't listened to his Lord of the Rings symphony yet, do so and fall in love all over again. But back to the subject at hand, co-written by Shore, Fran Walsh, and Annie Lennox. The reason the conclusion to Tolkien's epic is so memorable is because it acknowledges the sorrow and triumph. Evil has been defeated, but some things are lost forever and some scars can never fully heal. Into the West embodies that feeling in its solemn, dignified chorus and the theme of the lyrics, which is that all things fade away, ideas which were inspired by the real-life losses of the writers as much as it is the story it accompanies. It is, on many different levels, a farewell to a beloved friend, and that's what makes it unforgettable.
And all will turn to silver glass, light on the water, gray ships pass into the
Number 2. Beauty and the Beast from, well, you know. Yeah, another Disney song here, but I had to acknowledge the best musical and dramatic moment in a film I consider one of the greatest movie musicals of all time. Not just animated musicals, mind you, musicals, period. There is an elegant simplicity in the melody line and the way Angela Lansbury sings it, which emphasizes the romance of this moment. In fact, everything that's happening in this scene is very deliberately orchestrated to create that atmosphere by the enchanted objects. And yet, it never feels false or manufactured. There is genuine feeling in the way Belle and the Beast interact, and real drama in the way the camera moves around them. I've seen that pan down from the chandelier more times than I can count, and it still gives me goosebumps. Every time.
certain as the sun, rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
And now the honorable mentions in no particular order.
Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time.
Who's the black private dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks?
Shaft!
Damn right.
The #1 Academy Award-winning song? Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. Most people have heard the story of how Wizard of Oz's most famous and Oscar-winning song was very nearly cut from the movie, because producers felt it slowed the story down. Which sounds foolish in retrospect, but remember, this was 4 years before Oklahoma and Oh What a Beautiful Mornin', so the idea of kicking off a musical with a solo ballad was still rather unusual. Leaving it in was obviously the smart move, not only for the longing melody and the performance of the incomparable Judy Garland, but how it sets up the movie's ultimate theme.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.
Over the Rainbow is an I Want song of the most basic kind. Dorothy wants something beyond what she can see and reach because she feels it will be better than what she's got. But going over the rainbow doesn't solve her problems for her, it just creates new ones that she has to work out. The moral at the ending is sometimes misinterpreted as just stay in Kansas and be ordinary, but I think it's more along the lines of what makes you happy comes from inside you. And the wistful innocence of Over the Rainbow is a great first step in reaching that conclusion. I'm Diva, I know the score, and now, so do you.
If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
like to sing.
Sing a song.
Sing a simple little song.
Sing out loud.
Don't be shy when you sing.
Sing out strong.
And you'll never go wrong. No way.
Sing of good things, not
Just
bad.
sing of good things.
Sing of happy, not sad.
Happy, happy,